What's up, YouTubers? All right, so I'm going to continue on my series. I'm 68 days out of prison now. All right, and the goal, remember, is at 365 days to have a business started, with the first paid customer. But anyway, there's a lot of obstacles that come in the way of justice-impacted people. So I have a CPS case that's open, and this really wasn't my fault, but one of the accusations is that I was convicted of a violent crime, and that I'm a drug addict, an untreated drug addict, okay? All right, well, first of all, my crime was not violent. But here's the thing, you can't really, with CPS cases, you can't really fight the allegations. It's kind of it's not the same thing as like a criminal court or a civil court, So when I was hit with these allegations, these two allegations, the one being a drug addict and untreated drug addict, and one being a violent offender, they denied me reunification services, which means that I'm one step away from losing my rights of being a parent, okay? So, but thankfully, while I was incarcerated, I did a parenting class. This is before I even knew about this CPS case, right? I'm going to keep the details very, very limited because this is not what this channel is about. But the channel is about entrepreneurial success. But this is one of the things that get in the way. This is called Justice Impacted People. Okay, that's what this channel is going to be about. And this channel is about helping and uplifting people that have been impacted by the justice system and turning their lives around and becoming a model citizen. That's the goal here, okay? That's the goal. So, I took a parenting class, a drug and alcohol class. I took 9 college courses. I didn't get any write-ups in the CDCR system, not one. No 115s, no 128s. Those are disciplinaries in the CDC. It might be different for your state. This is California. All right. So I took all those classes. I took a victims impact class. I took a cognitive intervention class. I have a bunch of certificates. I presented all them to the CPS agent, and they wrote up a report. It looks like this. And when I went to court for the second time, they went from non-reunification, just so you know, for anybody who's been in this position where there's not recommending reunification. After having a phone interview with me, that went fairly positive. I'm employed, multiple employers. I'm taking college classes. I'm clean. I can test clean. Those are some of the key things that they're looking for. And I've already taken the initiative and taken classes prior to this. So basically what that means is they're going to offer me services, which is to take those classes pretty much again. And I will let you guys know what kind of classes and stuff that they offer me. They haven't gotten the paperwork through yet. Whatever it's going to take, I have to do. These are part of the steps of becoming a normal citizen, right? So you have to do these things to get where, we have to fight a little bit harder. We took time to mess our lives up, and it's going to take time to make them better. Here I'll read you some of this report that the CPS agent had written up for me. It said here that I reported that I am committed to making things better for my life and for my child's life. And prior to my incarceration, I was involved in the child's life on a consistent basis. That I had a positive co-parenting situation with the child's mother, and this goes on and on. It says here that I took my anger management classes, my parenting, my substance abuse classes, so they can if they say that they don't want to offer you services, and have no reunification, that's not the end of the world. Even if they told me no, even if this report wasn't positive and wasn't recommending services, you can take it to further trial. At that point, I might recommend maybe getting an attorney, if you can afford one, but as justice impacted people, we get court-appointed attorneys. Mine was proficient and did a good job here in my county. I'm not trying to be too specific. I'm not here to draw attention to this. What I'm mainly trying to do is draw attention to all the obstacles. And remember, like, you know, you might be on public transportation, you might be riding a bike, you know, you might be hopping from place to place to live. You might have other things like parole or probation, or, you know, things like that. So there's multiple entities in your life that you need to accomplish certain tasks before you can have those cases closed and then move on. Meanwhile, you should be stacking your money. You know, you should be looking for business opportunities. You should be planning things. You should be in school. You know, if you're not in college, if you're not enrolled in college, which you don't have to be. It took me years to figure out that I want to take that path. You know, I'm inching my way towards my degree now. But go on YouTube. This is the perfect venue. Like watching videos like this on how to become successful. You know, I want to get down into the nitty gritty. Like, all right, like I've already purchased my domain name. I've already made a new logo for my business. You know, my company will be up and running. You know, 365 days outside of from being released. That's my goal. I'm 68 days out now, and I'm going to keep recording these and keep showing you my progress. Okay, but you gotta stay vigilant, right? You gotta stay vigilant. I work 7 days a week. You know, for you religious people, take a day off, whatever. I'm pseudo-religious. You know, like I don't know. I don't know what religion I subscribe to really, but you should like and subscribe to this channel to see where this goes, because I'm going to show you ground up how to create $100,000 a year business from nothing. I started with a $200 gate pass, some used clothes from some family members, a bag, and 30 days at a transitional house paid by the SNAP program before they revoked it because of my Suboxone that the system put me on anyway. You know, that's a whole other story. But that's not the system's fault. I applaud CDCR and their efforts to try to minimize the fentanyl usage that's going on inside the correctional facilities and out here on these streets. You know, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. And Suboxone is one of the key combatants to stop these people from dying prematurely from fentanyl. You know, fentanyl, opioid use disorder is something that's treatable nowadays. Okay, it's treatable, and with the right medication, there should be no relapse. There really shouldn't. You know, so like in my case, I believe I am treating my drug and alcohol. You know, I'm not alcohol. I just say that. That's because it's what I'm conditioned to say. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. You know. Shout out to another couple of people okay, so I took a class in, let me look here, in prison. It was called Preparing for Success After Prison. I forget who that was from. It was from a guy who did like 26 years in the federal system, and he got a master's degree in law, and I forget what his name is. I'm going to look him up. There's a lot of guys on YouTube that I see that are ultra successful, that have been, you know, like Wes Watson, when he did 10 years in prison. You know, that guy blew me away when I saw him, you know, the GP Life. That's a good channel. I'm not saying I'm ever going to be like Wes Watson, you know, or I forget what the other guy's name is, but he has a class that I got a week off my sentence for taking his class. You know, it was pretty good. It's called Preparing for Life After Prison. Anyway, like I said, you could have parole, you could have a CPS case, you could have this, you could have that, you could have fines. You know, everything's overcomable, especially man and ladies. If you got hands that work, you know, and you got feet that move, and you have eyes and a brain, and you have a phone with the internet, the sky's the limit. the sky's the limit and anything's possible. Okay? Like I said, I'm at that age where I need to do this now. I want my grill fixed. You know, I'm going to do all these things. I set short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals. You know, one of my short-term goals is to get these services taken care of, get this CPS case closed. I will keep you updated and continue my employment and continue. I have a bankruptcy that I need to declare before I can move forward in business. Taking care of your credit is very important. So I'm gonna have more concise videos, but this isn't a fancy channel. Okay, this isn't a fancy channel where you got some polished dude telling you how to build your life. I'm gonna show you how to do it because I've done it before, and it's gonna look, it's not pretty. This isn't pretty, but it works. I will show you how to be successful. Like and subscribe, please. Shout out to my 2 subscribers.